All right, what up, y'all? Last night I went to AEW Dynasty. That was my first live AEW show, and I can assure you right now that I will never go back to an AEW show. Dynamite, Collision, pay per view. I'm never going again. I'm never going again. I'm tired of people telling me to enjoy all wrestling. I'm tired of people telling me that I have to support every company in the world. I'm tired of people ignoring a company that they want to be successful, but they're consistently doing stupid things, and I'm just supposed to ignore it just for the sake of ignoring it. I'm tired of it. I'm not doing that shit no more. If I see something stupid, I'm calling it out. And last night on AEW Dynasty, the main event the main event is the main culprit here. Made sure to let everyone in that crowd know that they care so much more about Jon Moxley being world champion for the sake of this story or excuse of a story. They care more about that than the advancement of their company. At this point right now, I was hoping for anyone to beat Mox. Swerve, Hangman, MJ. I don't care who it is. I don't. Because this Death Rider story, it's one of the worst things I've seen in my life. And now you've added the Young Bucks to this, and the Young Bucks are the worst tag team in today. The Young Bucks are the most insufferable tag team I've come in contact with in so long. And you add them to this. So now you've made this Death Rider angle into a fake ass NWO angle. Because I guess now the Elite and the Death Riders are going to combine to make what? The Elite Riders? That sounds crazy. The Death Elite. The Elite Death. Like what? Why are they doing this? Someone told me yesterday it's because the Bucks didn't want Swerve to be champion, so they're gonna team up with Mox because he. Last night, AEW. And I don't know why people were saying like two pay-per-views in a row a row. This has been multiple pay-per-views where the shows have just ended with some of the most idiotic endings of all time. This is going this is going on like Full Gear, I think. I forget what was the first video I made. I think it was the one where Mox like attacked Brian. I think that was the first one where this ending was like, what was that? It just fell flat. You know what I'm saying? This Death Rider story is so insistent on like shock value and oh my gosh, they're doing some crazy thing to someone in the ring, but they do this every single week. So it's not a shocker. I don't care that Mox bleeds or uses bleach or puts a plastic bag. You do the same stuff every month. Why should I care? And half of it you're doing on Wednesday. You're doing it on free television. So why should I care that you're doing it on a pay-per-view? Why should I care? Why should I give a damn? I don't. It's boring. It's all the same damn thing. They just do things for the sake of doing them. And last night was just another example of Tony Khan not knowing how to write stories. I want AEW to finally have that realization in their head. Like, bro, at some point, we have to start doing things for the advancement of the company. Jon Moxley is not bringing the company to the next level. I'm at this show. And before y'all ask me, the arena, it was like a 10,000 seat arena. It was mostly full. It was like 98% full. Very great attendance. Very great attendance. You know what I'm saying? You know, I made sure I looked everywhere. It was super full. You know what I'm saying? I only paid like $40 for my tickets. I was super high up. It's AEW show. I don't really give a damn. But the entire place was filled up, full of AEW fans. It was a cool thing. You know what I'm saying? The crowd was lively, but then people realized, oh my gosh, this is a 5-hour show with about 14 matches. that while every match damn near was very good, at some point you're gonna get tired of watching wrestling. At some point after 5 hours, people at home were getting tired of it. So bro, I got so mad because when the Kenny, Ricochet, and Speedball match started, and I wanted to watch that match, I fell asleep twice during the match in the middle of a loud arena. You know why I fell asleep? Not because of Ricochet, not because of Kenny, not because of Speedball, not because of anyone beforehand. Because the show was too damn long. I don't want to watch wrestling for 5 hours. I don't care if it's WrestleMania, All In, Bound for Glory. I don't care Wrestle Kingdom. I don't want to watch wrestling for 5 damn hours. I don't care to see 14, 15 matches. And this is not a sense of, oh, if you don't like it, don't go. No, this is a sense of, hey, boss, Tony Khan, stop booking 27 damn matches for your cards. Why are you showing me this much wrestling? On a Sunday night, kids got to go to school on Monday. But they're in here until Monday morning. The show started at 7. I didn't leave that arena until 1 in the morning. And then you had the nerve to end the show like that at 1 in the morning? It was Sunday when I walked in. It was Monday when I walked out. And y'all got Moxley doing arm bars and rest holds and chin locks at 12:07? It was midnight and John Moxley is doing submissions. Swerve is blading 3 minutes in the match. And then, after he loses the stinker of a match, his goofy ass gonna grab the mic. Hey, F Booker T. Swerve, shut up. We all heard you say one of the most diabolical bars of all time, calling black women black and ugly. We heard what you said. No one told you to go and say that. No, that wasn't a resurfaced clip that someone just bought. No, you released that to the public. You thought that was bars. And thing is, there are people who I try my best to see, like, people make mistakes all the time. So I try to be like, all right, let's just move past certain stuff. Yeah, it was wrong. He shouldn't have did it. Let's see if he can improve as a person. I'm not going to just keep beating you over the head with the same thing. Let's see if you improve as a person, I try to be that kind of person. I'm not saying you have to be. If you don't like that I am, I don't give a fuck. That's the kind of person I am. I'm more focused on the person turning into a new person than just keep calling the same person bad and no one's doing anything to help them or no one's doing anything to further the conversation. Y'all just calling them bad. Okay, are they going to change their acts? If not, then they don't, And this is solely about this topic, about what Swerve's put in the rap song. You know what I'm saying? But even that is so left field out of the whole wrestling thing. I only said it in this video because he said it at the show. I didn't realize he said it at the show. As soon as the match, the bell rang, I was damn near halfway down the steps at that point. I didn't want to see nothing else. I was already standing up when the lights went out and then the lights came back on, the Buck sitting in there. I was already halfway out of there. I'm only bringing it up in this video because once I got back to my hotel, I saw he said that. And it's like, bro, can we focus on the fact that you had a terrible match against John Moxley in the main event and you lost? You got your ass beat. Now you're getting up to get more Booker T bars off? Worry about the fact that you just lost. How about that? Why are you still talking about Booker T? No one cares, bro. And that's the problem. AEW, everyone is just doing whatever they want to do. The only person that's doing anything good for their company right now is Toni Storm. She's the only one of the only good points in AEW right now. She's one of the only people in there who are actively helping the company. But for one Toni Storm, you have 8 John Moxleys, 7 Bucks, 3 Swerves, and a partridge in a fucking pear tree. I'm going to say this like I've been thinking for this entire time. AEW is terrible. I went to a live event because the tickets were cheap and I wanted to give them another chance. They never do pay-per-view. In my head, I'm like, they don't do pay-per-views wrong. They always do a great job at the pay-per-view. I got to see this. Look at all them. I get to see Kenny and Mercedes and Bobby Lashley and Ricochet doing his new character thing. Y'all know, I've been a very big critic of Ricochet and AEW. They finally have some direction with him. Do I like the direction? But they're doing something with him. I can't blame. That's what I wanted. Give him a character. That's all I wanted, and they're doing it. So I appreciate that. Hangman Adam Page. I love that guy. Tony Storm. I love you. Shelton Benjamin. Like, what are we doing? Willow Nightingale. There's so many people on the AEW roster that I love. But when we come to these big world title main event matches and Tony Khan just throws out the worst things ever on a consistent basis, I can't keep supporting it. I can't. I'm not going to. And as goofy as Triple H is right now, with this lack of a WrestleMania 41 build, I will watch 8 WrestleManias before I watch another AEW pay-per-view front to back until either Tony Khan leaves creative, which he never will, or I don't even know. But last night, I had to be in the arena. I had to feel the energy get sucked out of that arena as soon as Mox won that match. I had to hear everyone. I'm walking out the arena. I didn't hear one person that was super happy about that. Everyone was mad. The people I was with, the people in front of me who I never met, the people behind me who I never met, the people surrounding my seat. All of us hated that. I watched videos of social media creators walking out of the arena before the bell even rang. Because they saw they're done. And then Tony Khan goes in a post conference and says, this is going to get people to watch AEW because they're going to want to hear why I don't care why the Bucks would do anything. I don't give a fuck. So at this point, AEW, I've given up. I'm not going to enjoy our wrestling until all wrestling is enjoyable. That's my new thing. I'm not going to enjoy our wrestling until all wrestling is enjoyable. If the wrestling isn't enjoyable to me, I will not support it, and I will reprimand it on my social media platforms. And if you don't like it, I promise you never have to watch a video, TikTok, podcast of me ever again. And I promise you, it won't hurt my feelings. I understand completely. But I'm done. I've tried my hardest. I'm going to try my best to stay in the loop of what's happening in AEW just because, again, of the superstars that I like, you know. At this rate, the only pay-per-view I can think of maybe watching half of is All In because I think Mox may lose there. But at this rate, who knows? Maybe they're trying to give him a Roman Reigns 4-year run. I don't know what they're trying to do. Maybe that's what they're going for. And if they're going for something, I can't imagine they're doing. They wouldn't be that dumb. I can't. There's no way they're going for that. But yeah, AEW sucks, bro. AEW sucks, bro. I'm not debating about it. I don't care about your nut ass opinion in the comment section. If you're saying things just to like get a rise out of me or, well, I think AEW, I don't give a fuck. I don't. Because if you watched that show last night and you don't see the lack of care, the lack of attention being put into all of their stories or lack thereof, if you don't see that, I don't want to conversate with you. Because your perspective of wrestling is jaded. So I'm done. Thank y'all for listening, man. I'm out of here, bro. Y'all be good.